On this morning's Health Watch, high school kids and doping. With baseball season just around the corner and A-Rod's admission of steroid use dominating headlines the past few weeks, CBS News correspondent Kelly Cobiella is here with an early show investigation into steroid use in high school. Kelly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris. If you are a parent or relative of a teenager, you'll really want to listen to what we found out in this report. In spite of congressional hearings, testing, and education, scientists are staying one step ahead of the law, and the kids are right there with them. Opelousas, Louisiana is the kind of sleepy southern town where neighbors still grow up and grow old together. This is the last place you'd expect to find a steroid bust the size and scope of one that made local headlines last summer.
As the investigation unfolded, the more people we talked to, the more people we found out were involved.
8 people were arrested and more than 100 identified as steroid users.
Steroids are not in a poor neighborhood, not in a rich neighborhood. They can be found anywhere.
The sheriff's department says they're investigating 15 dealers in Opelousas and neighboring towns.
The cash money seized was tremendous, you know.
By tremendous?
Oh, I'm talking $100,000 maybe.
And the market, say police? The person next door. And more troubling, high school athletes. How many of you guys think steroids are a problem? Eunice High School's football team knows the score. None of the players told us he was using, but several new people getting juiced.
And he showed me how big he was getting from steroids. And basically he said that if I wanted to get big like him, I could if I wanted to.
But most shocking of all, our early show investigation found it's not just the illegal substances parents need to worry about, but the legal ones, like Tren. Who among you has tried Tren? You have?
Yeah.
The pills this Louisiana player says he's taken are a perfectly legal supplement. Eunice High School head football coach Paul Trusclair.
But I think it's probably as close as you can get to a steroid and still be legal.
Tren is marketed as a forbidden fruit, dangerously close to the banned anabolic steroid Trenbolone, where it gets its nickname. The only difference? One less double bond and an altered oxygen bond. This student stopped using it because of side effects.
Yeah, it started making my kidneys hurt and stuff. No, I left it alone. Yes, ma'am.
Did you notice yourself getting stronger?
Yes, ma'am.
Nearly a year ago, April 25, 2008, the Department of Justice and DEA recommended classifying Tren as an anabolic steroid. The DEA lab studies published here in the Federal Register show Tren is powerful enough to cause testosterone-like effects in castrated rats. Side effects in teen males include stunted growth, enlarged breasts, and shrunken testicles. In females, permanent changes can include facial hair, a deeper voice, and an enlarged clitoris. Both sexes experience an increased risk of heart disease and liver tumors. World Anti-Doping Agency Committee Chairman Gary WADLER.
So I was very, very concerned if I found out my kid was taking these street drugs, and that's what they are. Again, we think of street drugs as heroin and cocaine, but this comes out of the streets.
Lean muscle mass, increased. We found a brand called Tren 250 at a health supplement store in Lafayette, Louisiana.
So it acts like a steroid.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is, but it's a safer one. So
listen again to the store salesman.
So it acts like a steroid.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is, but it's a safer
And what it can do for athletes is all over internet chat rooms. My buddy just got done taking a cycle of extreme Tren. He has gains that are unbelievable. I felt like a monster. We sent Tren 250 and Extreme Tren, another brand we bought over the internet, to be tested by CATLIN, who first introduced steroid testing in the U.S. and is the scientist behind the Balco investigation.
The regular known pharmaceutical steroids are pretty well either off the market or going fast. These are lookalikes. They take a steroid molecule, they tinker with it a little bit, so it's slightly different, and then they sell it as a new steroid.
Bureaucratic red tape has allowed Tren to remain legal for years, along with temptation and danger for high school students eager to bulk up for the next football season. And tune in tomorrow. We'll have the results of our exclusive investigation, including those test results. You'll also meet a player speaking out for the first time about why he injected himself with steroids, Chris.
You had a chance to speak to some of these kids. Why don't they get it? Why don't they understand the long-term effects?
You know, some of them don't see this as a drug. They see this as bettering themselves. They see this as getting them to the next step in their sports career, in their football career, and they just don't see it as dangerous.
It's so widespread. I've got a younger brother who's a high school football player, and even speaking with him, these kids, they just don't understand the damage that this stuff does. How is this still on store shelves?
Well, that's another problem. The best we can tell, it simply slipped through administration. So, you know, one was trying to get it regulated, and the other, the Obama administration has essentially put a hold on new rules.
Yeah.
They're hoping it's regulated by the summer.